Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that, and welcome back to the office with me and Mia, meow meow meow, to talk about Chelsea players who might leave, who are very good and might make us look stupid. You know, we've got a history with this: Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, to a degree, Romelu Lukaku, and indeed just other players. A lot of the time, it happens, and it's just not going to work out at Chelsea. They weren't good at Chelsea. They needed to go elsewhere. The cat, man, this freaking cat. They needed to go elsewhere to have their journey, to experience their story arc, and become the players they were supposed to be. A lot of the players I'm talking about, or certainly three I'm going to talk about in today's video, I'm going to chuck this cat outside the office. Sorry, Mia. No chewing cables today. A few players I'm going to talk about are successful players, and three of them who have won the Champions League. Chelsea, make no bones about it, Chelsea have a bloated squad. Chelsea have to sell players. Chelsea are also not in the strongest position in terms of financial fair play, and could they sell some players to balance the books and make them in a stronger position to maybe try and sign problem position players, whether that's a conventional striker or whatever. It's so tough because who are your like? Look, firstly, there's lots to get into today, so thanks for joining me. Consider liking and subscribing if you want to support the content. It means a lot. It really does. It really does. So thank you for that. And let's just get into it. All right. So there's a bunch of players that could be sold. First of all, not many people would cry for Hakim Ziyech, and that's not saying they don't like him. It's just saying that he was going to go to PSG. He's not been playing well. His head's elsewhere. He's long been linked to AC Milan. And there's lots of stuff like that. You could maybe say the same for Christian Pulisic. Great young player. But he's one of those assets on the list that could make some money. But four players, even five, that could be useful and could develop under Graham Potter, I'm worried about, man. Like, let's go through some now. So, in the headlines today, Manchester City have been sniffing around a couple of our players of late. One of them scored the opener against his former club, and of course is the Champions League winning left wing back / left back Ben Chilwell. Man City have long needed a proper left back replacement since all the stuff with their left back Benjamin Mendy. They've long been interested in Ben Chilwell and have been sniffing around him. Simon Johnson of The Athletic has written an article, Chelsea must avoid selling Ben Chilwell at any price. I tend to agree with that. I hope they don't think, we got Cucurella and we probably bring some young kid in, we can make some money off Chilwell. No. Also, one that's been wearing the captain's armband, Mateo Kovacic, who will be entering the last year of his contract, his deal, scoring an absolute blinder away in the King Power Stadium, and since he's put the captain's armband on, he's been playing very well. Also entering his last year, so Man City he'd ball out for Man City, by the way. Like, he would ball out for Pep Guardiola. He's such a talented and silky midfielder, Kovacic, right in the prime of his career, and seemingly rising to the challenge of wearing the armband and playing well, you know. So there's a few more. Kai Havertz has long been on that potential list. Kai Havertz just hitting form, and I did a video yesterday. I'd urge you to check it out if you're yet to watch it, about how maybe Graham Potter's getting the best out of Kai Havertz, and maybe he's doing the right thing with Misha Mudryk in terms of implementing him slowly and not just dropping him in. But Kai Havertz has got 2 and 2. He's not playing a conventional striker role, which means maybe, just maybe, he's being utilised in his preferred sort of off the striker role, a bit more floaty. What he does for Hansi Flick's Germany, certainly when he plays well for Hansi Flick's Germany, and what he did for Bayer Leverkusen often. So he's another one. These are players that Chelsea have earmarked that so they could sell to make some money. We sell all these guys and then we drop the bag on Victor Osimhen, who should just solve all our problems and score all the goals. When in fact, what you might end up doing is selling your players that are developing, finding form to just do a risk, bank it all on a roulette wheel and end up with another Romelu Lukaku scenario. It could happen. And then there's the English lads, who have both been playing well of late. Again, aren't the sexiest or the most popular in the squad in terms of perhaps the international global fan base. One being Conor Gallagher, who fans are really, really happy to ship out to Crystal Palace or whoever was inclined to bid £40+ million for him, because for Chelsea it's free money on the book, something that we've discussed here on the channel before, because they're homegrown assets. They're just an instantaneous financial juicing boost to the books. Nothing amortized or whatever, just bang bang, money in the bank, cash money. And he was like Chelsea's best player in that second half against Leicester. He was really, really good. Now, he's always useful, but if he's going to be this useful finisher that chases the ball around, maybe he's worth selling for 40 million or 40+ million, because he'll go start for a team and be good. And we can get someone else to do that that's cheaper, and that would be smart business. But the way he played and closed that game out against Leicester, he was so good. I spoke on my match review, my post-match presser, how he did the defending, the middle of the park stuff well, and indeed the combinational offensive play up top. He was just mustard, mate. He was excellent, which makes you raise an eyebrow. And of course, and in the same area or whatever, the same topic of homegrown money, of course, you've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's forever been on the fringes of Chelsea, not reaching his potential, plagued by injuries, but he's like such a useful utility player. You could literally play him in a back three, anywhere in the midfield, whether it's a lone 6, double 6, a number 8 and a number 10. He's played as a wide attacker before. He's even played as a fullback fleetingly. And of course, he's played a lot at right wing back, deputising behind Reece James, of course. He's got a really good physique and technical ability that works really well in English football and Premier League football. And the tactical and positional versatility makes him a little bit like a Galactico utility man. And because he's so professional and chill, he doesn't mind being that. And there's a lot to be said for that. Now, of course, you can make a really strong argument because Chelsea have the young French right back arriving in the summer, Malo Gusto, who's very, very talented. He's, his trade is right back. So you think lockdown, right back position, Gusto and Reece James. And then you're thinking on the left side, if Chelsea do the right thing and do everything they can to keep Ben Chilwell, then indeed him and Cucurella can rotate on that sort of similar role. If Cucurella can play, I know he's supposed to be able to play left wing back and left back, but at the moment he's looking better as a more defensive player at left centre back. We'll see. The cover is theoretically there. So who do you sell and what do you do? Like for me, the three non-English lads and Chilwell's English, so Chilwell and Kovacic you don't sell to City because they immediately make Man City a lot better. Even if Man City look to us and go, look, we'll do a Raheem Sterling to you. Clearly a good player, an asset. Now, many of you might say Sterling hasn't exploded for us and he's not done anywhere near as much for us as Chilwell and Kovacic has. Agreed. But Sterling is a really good player who's won multiple Premier League titles. And 1 year left on his deal, sold to us for about £47 million. City would be like, yeah, just do the same. 1 year left on Kovacic's deal, a similar age to Sterling, in fact, even a year older, we'll pay you the same. £47 million, or something like that. To them, they might be like, totally fair. And if Chelsea were inclined to make some money and wanted to make some money, and they thought, Andre Santos is coming in, Cesare Casadei's, come back, and we've got Enzo, Ruben, and we're going to sign someone else and all this kind of stuff. You might think, okay, but to be honest, man, I think it would be a disaster if we sold either, or indeed, God forbid, both Ben Chilwell and Mateo Kovacic to Man City. I think they're both quality, and I think they both stay in the team, in the squad. And this is literally, the more time goes on, the more I feel about this, about Kovacic, because in my head I was kind of like, he can go, but I understand how, like, the age of Jorginho, Kante and Kovacic is sort of changing a little bit. Yes, Kante is going to stay, hopefully, but he'll be rotated. But if he can start a lot next to Enzo, great. And then, we use number 10s. We use, like, your João Felix and maybe Kai Havertz a bit deeper in front of a double pivot. And, what happens to your Mateo Kovacic's of this world? But the more time he goes by, he's playing well with the captain's armband. I just think it will be a disaster, personally. And then you've got other players. Kai Havertz is still obviously, we've got the luxury with Kai Havertz to make a better educated decision in terms of our opinion throughout the rest of the season. There's some games left to play in the league, and of course he can continue to perform in the Champions League. And if he keeps this form up, if he keeps the chemistry with João Felix and with Enzo Fernandez, then Chelsea probably think, all right, we re-sign Kai Havertz, we keep him, we don't sell him. He might have 2 years left on his deal in the summer, but that would be the sweet spot in terms of selling him for a decent amount. And by the way, you could still sell Kai Havertz for a decent amount, Starts for Germany. He did really well in the Bundesliga. Real Madrid and Bayern wanted him, and he came to Chelsea and won the Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup. He's got pedigree, this guy. And he's got scope for improvement. So the rest of the season, you watch Kai Havertz, see how well he does, and then you probably add him to the Kovacic and Chilwell don't sell, and then you've got this bloated squad of what the hell are we doing here? Someone like, now you've got 5 substitutions, someone like Conor Gallagher is a really good closer, but he might just be too valuable. He might, not want to play that role. He probably wants to start and play because he took all these loans to like 4 or 5 different clubs so he can start. So maybe you just sell Conor Gallagher. Again, see how he does finish this season. And then you've got a really tricky decision on Ruben Loftus-Cheek as this really talented utility, versatile player. And of course, the big headlines at the moment is Mason Mount. There's Fabrizio Romano tweeting this today. There's still a big gap in negotiations between Chelsea and Mason Mount, as a new deal is again far from being agreed. No final decision yet, but chances of Mason Mount leaving Chelsea are increasing. Mount will be on the market if a new deal is not agreed before the summer. Wow, man, this is wild. I think it would be if Chelsea sell Mason Mount to Liverpool. I think it would be a disaster. I think it'd just make us look silly. He's already shown in the Premier League he can score goals, make assists, retain tactical information, work hard, and be a professional. The fact that he loves Chelsea on top should be a bonus for us, but even just talking about him as a professional footballing asset, it would be a disaster. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know the ins and outs. If Chelsea are trying all they can, I've got it on good authority that a lot of stuff that you hear is nonsense in terms of wage demands and whatnot. I think he does want to be respected and have a good wage demand, maybe something closer to Reece James. He probably feels like, sorry, hitting the mic there, he probably feels like he's earned that. Especially just with his output and dedication. He went on the loans, he worked hard, he won the Champions League, etc. It's rough, it's tough, and I don't know what to do. So I wanted to make this video and put it out to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you keep and who do you sell? And this is rough, dude. This is really, really tough. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to the comments on this one. Drop a like, sub if you'd like to, because you are indeed welcome. And I look forward to seeing you guys very soon. So make sure you turn that bell notifications icon on. See you in a bit. Peace.